All right, good evening and welcome to this recovery, realization, and resilience yoga class. My name is Brian and I am honored and delighted to be here with you today. Today's class is going to be primarily a re-energizing class. It's a breath-focused class where we're working on utilizing the breath to reactivate our bodies fully and completely um, at the cellular level. And so there'll be some movement to get the body warmed up and a little bit loosened, but primarily we're going to be working on the breath. Now, the breath that we're going to be working with is breath of fire, which is a activating breath. If you are not familiar with breath of fire or not comfortable with breath of fire or on your menstrual cycle or pregnant, you'll be doing a long, deep yogic breath. The breath will work in the same fashion, just adding the diaphragmatic movements that we use in breath of fire just generates a little more heat and a little more activation. Full yogic breath works excellent well. Also, as you're doing your diaphragmatic breathing, it is not necessary to go fast, although I might be moving at a quicker pace than you. You can still do that with a full, long, deep inhale and long exhale. And so do what is right for you, remembering that it is your practice, your breath, your practice. Excuse me. Also, remembering that support, our first guiding principle, support precedes action. And so make sure that you have all of the support you need. So maybe you want to sit in a chair for today's practice. So a lot of it's going to be seated. Like I said, we're going to sit for a couple minutes here and do alternate nostril. And then we're going to come down onto our mat and do some movement, few series of movements to energize and activate the core and the hips. And then we'll come back seated again for the remaining part of the class, which will be the breath work with our hand mudras. So remember, in breath work, the body is very still. The focus is on the breath in the nostrils, and the awareness is on the breath in the nostrils, and the focus is at the brow point or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. So with breath of fire, there's a tendency to overactivate. Do not do that. Just be breathing. It's just simply a breath, but because you're utilizing your diaphragm, you tend to get a little engaged. And so that's fine that you're engaged and focused, but we don't want to be overly engaged. As always, we are balancing effort and ease. We don't want to over effort at any time in any posture. Okay, enough talk. Let us practice. And so let us start, as always, by finding ourselves here, landing in our supported posture, whatever that means to you. Taking a moment to bring yourself into yourself, coming into this place, into this space. Feeling into whatever part of your body's in contact with the ground and rooting down through those parts of the body. So as imagining you could extend roots through your parts of your body that are touching the floor, the mat, the cushion, the wall, the seat, whatever is touching. Feel the sensation of the connection and then root as if you could hold yourself steady and sure here. And having established ourselves in support, let's lengthen through this side body, lengthen through the crown, tuck the chin slightly, feel the back of the neck release, and feel the full length of the spine as it aligns and engages. Then, having established that, let us float our hands to our heart in a way that brings awareness to our heart space. Then turn our awareness inward to our heart space and begin to breathe into the heart space. Full inhales and complete exhales. And as you settle into your heart space here, allow to arise anything for which you are grateful, a sense of gratitude, any one person, place, or thing for which you're grateful, maybe just the possibility of gratitude. Allow, call forth, summon gratitude and see what arises for you. And breathing into your grateful heart, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose, set an intention for your practice today. Maybe just a simple intention to keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space, or to be right here at the beginning of each inhale. Or whatever your intention, state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And having established support, come into the present moment and allow gratitude to arise and set our intention, let us now take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to bow your chin to your intentional and grateful heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. And I say namo, namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands, and we'll begin with a little alternate nostril breath. Now you can do mental awareness, bringing your mental awareness to each nostril. Or if you're familiar with or have a hand mudra as a part of your practice, you can utilize your hand mudra. We're going to breathe in through the left and out through the right. Full, deep yogic breath. And then if you'd like to add a little breath of fire effect, a little bellows effect, a little Bhastrika effect, then do that. Inhales and exhales are equal in length and duration. So bring your awareness to your left nostril. Inhale through the left. And then when full, switch your awareness to your right nostril and exhale through the right. And then continue that at your rhythm, at your pace, with your breath in your practice. Full inhales, complete exhales. We're going to balance the hemispheres of the brain and the secondary nadis, energy channels. Body still, awareness on the breath in the nostril. Focus on the breath. Take a full inhale through the left nostril. Retain this breath. Switch your awareness and exhale through the right. Then breathe in through the right. When full, exhale through the left and continue that pattern. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Inhale through the right. Gently retain this breath. Tuck the chin slightly, relax the shoulders. And then exhale through the left. Release your hand if you're using your mudra. Come back to your seated posture. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Be very still here to allow the breath to come and go. Just feeling a little bit of, just that little bit of practice. Feel into the shift that may have occurred for you. And then let's come around to our mat. We're going to move the body a little bit. So we're going to come down onto our mat into our tabletop posture. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, feet straight back behind the knees, lengthen through the crown and through the hips, side body. Feel that length. And we're just going to activate the hips. So we'll start with the left. So on the inhale, lift the left leg and extend it behind you. Maybe the crown comes up a little bit, maybe a little arch in the lower back. And then on the exhale, knee comes toward the nose, underneath the body, rounding the back. Full inhale, extend and lift, arching a little bit, exhale, rounding. Just do this at your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Feel into movement with breath here. We want to align the movement with the breath. Find your own rhythm in your own practice. Couple more here. Inhale long. Exhale, bring that knee back down. Establish your tabletop. And then let's move to the other side. Inhale, arch and lift. Right leg extends. Crown goes long. Exhale, knee comes to nose. Again, your rhythm. Your pace. Your breath. Your practice. Couple more here. Inhale long. Exhale, bring that knee back down. Inhale here. As you exhale, curl the toes, press back through the heels and lift the knees, and then press yourself up through the fingers and forearms, releasing the head, lifting the hips, coming into our downward dog. Heels drop toward the bottom of the mat. Arms get long, hips stay high, move toward the back, bottom of the mat. Just feel into this posture for a moment. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. Find your down dog. Find your posture, your home page. One of my early teachers called this the home page. Come back to your home page. Establish yourself here. Full inhale. Deep into the lower back, broad through the shoulders. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. One more time. Full inhale. Exhale, exhale. Walk your feet forward and through and come down onto your back. Release the legs, bring the hands to the side. Now for support, your hands are by your sides, palms down. For additional support, you bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones. For even additional support, you bring the back of the palms underneath the SI joint at the top of the buttocks. Find your supported posture that works for you. And we're simply going to do long, deep breath and lift the legs. Inhale the legs up, long, deep breath. So we're going to move with the breath here. And then extended exhale, lower the legs down. And then moving with your breath, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. You're going to be inhaling the legs up, trying to keep the legs straight, pressing through the heels, and exhale, legs down. Find your rhythm. Activating through the hip flexors and the core, engaging ourselves, bringing ourselves into ourselves, fully present here. Focus on the breath with movement. And a couple more here. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest, reach up and squeeze just below the knees, rock a little side to side, allow that all to settle. Our next movement is a reclining crunch. Now you can modify this in any way that you need to in order to support yourself in your practice. So if you're have challenges with your neck or shoulders, you want to keep your spine down on the mat. If you have challenges with your arms, you just keep the arms down. If you have challenges in the core, you just keep the legs down. However, if you can, you want to extend the arms out from the side of the body, 90 degrees, take the legs to about 30 degrees, and then lift the shoulders. So you're in this sort of open plank pose. And then inhale here, get long. And then as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest and the hands toward the feet and the nose toward the knees. So it's sort of like a crunch. And then inhale, extend out and open. Exhale, knee to nose, and just find your rhythm. And again, long, full, deep inhales and complete exhales. So tendency is to get a little quick here. Let's move with awareness. Trying to maintain that rhythm of breath that we have established here. Full yogic breath here. Deep inhale, complete exhale. Modifying as you need, as you want, varying as you need, as you want, taking alternate posture as you need, as you want. Just engaging through the full body here, getting ourselves ready for our breath work here. A couple more. Inhale out. Exhale, release the legs, bring the hands to the side, palms up, let the toes fall open, extend through the crown, take a breath, full inhale. And complete exhale. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, release, and then roll yourself up. Maybe bring your knees in and roll up and rock up, or just bring yourself up and come seated. And we're going to come into our breath. We're going to move into our breath. So find a supported seated posture, whatever that means to you, where you can lengthen the spine and breathe, which is what we're going to do. We're going to lengthen the spine and breathe. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 different hand mudras or positions of the hands while we're doing our breath of fire or our long, deep breathing. So you find your breath rhythm. And we're going to essentially activate the energy in all parts of the body. So I'm going to engage through the hips and the core. Now we're going to move to the heart, and then to the throat, and then to the brow or the crown. And we'll do that systemically for about 3 minutes in each place. And again, remember, it is your practice. These are just offers and suggestions and invitations. And, you know, at any point, you bring yourself into your listening to the wisdom of your own body and following that, and following the promptings of your own body, letting you know what you need to do. Not getting overactivated. We're settling into the breath. We're just breathing. Long, deep breath at the rhythm and pace that is appropriate to you. So we'll begin with the hands at the heart, thumbs resting lightly on the breastbone. And again, we want to be long through the crown, so feel the spine align and engage. And then find yourself here, take a full inhale, and then begin your version of breath of fire, your version of breath here. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Settle in to the breath. Inhales and exhales are equal in length, volume, and duration. And we're just breathing here. Whatever breath you're using, if you're just focused on bringing your awareness to your breath, and keep your focus at the brow point, or if your eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose, just being still, then you are perfectly practicing steadily and surely. We want to be in that steady, sure center as we're working into being present with the breath, reminding ourselves that we have gratitude in the heart and an intention set, and just working within that realm of our intention and our gratitude, being grateful, if nothing else, for the breath, the wonder of the breath, our primary need being met. And we use these pattern interrupt breaths as a means of helping us to learn how to change our mind states and build resilience by working into the idea of being aware of the breath as it comes and goes. And we utilize these different postures and these different rhythms and these different effects of breath in order to keep ourselves present here. So just be with your practice here for another minute or so. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. The effort here is to be steady and sure. And we're utilizing this breath practice to bring energetic rejuvenation. Take a full inhale. Gently retain the breath while lifting at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, the heart. Relaxing the shoulders, tucking the chin slightly. Be very still. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly release the breath, release the hands to the knees, palms up, bring your thumb and forefinger together, and just be still. Notice your experience. Be with you, witnessing the effect of your practice in your space. Maybe you feel a little energized. Maybe you feel a little whatever. Feel into whatever it is that you feel. Our next practice, again at the heart level, but this time we'll bring the left hand, the palm facing away from the chest, the right hand, the palm facing toward the chest, and then hook the ends of the fingers together. So come into that first knuckle, feel that. And then just lightly holding this posture here. And again, focus is at the brow point. Awareness is on the breath, and also begin your breath. And again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Just a gentle hold, little tugging, little on the fingertips, just to keep yourself centered here. The hands are at the level of the heart, and the breath is coming and going according to your pace, your rhythm, your breath, your practice. Very steady and sure. Just breathing. Long, deep breath. Full inhales and complete exhales at whatever rhythm is appropriate for you in your practice. Stay with your pattern in your breath. One more minute here. Take a full inhale. Again, gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, at the heart, relaxing the shoulders, tucking the chin, being very still. And when you're ready and need to, just release. Release the lifting, release the breath, release your hands to your knees, palms up, and allow everything to settle as you come into stillness. Again, inward focus here, checking in the heart space. Is our gratitude still centered? Our intention still clear? How do we feel? We feel energized and energetic. This breath can be very energizing. Anytime just having a difficult time adapting to our environment or our circumstances, our state, our condition, we can utilize these little breath practices. A couple minutes of breath and focused breath can work wonders. shift our mind states and bring us back into presence. Our next breath is going to be that same hand mudra, we call bear grip hand mudra, only this time we're going to bring the hands in front of the throat and focus the awareness at the throat level. And then again, we find our breath rhythm. So take a full inhale. And then begin your rhythm at the throat level. Again, extend it through the lengthened and aligned in the spine, steady and sure in the body. And just be focused here as you work your breath, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Long, full inhale, complete exhale. Steady and sure breath of fire or breath. Just breathing and being aware of the breath. One more minute here. In your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Take a full inhalation. Gently retain the breath while lifting at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, the heart. And again, tucking the chin slightly, relaxing the shoulders, even though your arms are lifted. Just being still, present with yourself, fully aware and conscious, particularly at the throat. When you are ready, go ahead and release the hands, release. Be very still, very centered. Pay particular attention to the throat area. Noticing for yourself any energetic shifts that might have occurred in that area. This practice is wonderfully activating. We have one more breath. So one more mudra here, and then we're just going to move that mudra up above the crown of the head. So effectively, the left palm will be facing the ceiling, the right palm will be facing the crown of the head. And again, don't overthink it, don't overdo it, modify as you need. And then again, find your breath and begin your breath, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Engage in a line through the crown. Spine is firm and tall, steady and sure in our practice, just breathing. Full inhales, complete exhales. Again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Again, the body is still. Awareness is on the breath in the nostrils and the energy at the crown of the head. And focus is at the brow point or the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. And we're just breathing. We're sitting and breathing. Just keep our awareness on the breath, and the arms will take care of themselves. Stay with your breath in your pattern, in your practice, in your space. About one more minute. Take a full inhalation. Again, gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the body, the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, the heart. Arms are up, but the shoulders can relax, the chin tucks. We're very still. And when you're ready, release the hands down. Be very still, allow everything to settle. Noticing your experience, what shifted for you, a little bit of breath work, a little bit of focus on the breath. And then take this time now to come down onto your back, on your mat for your guided rest. Very important part of the practice, always important to bring our rest into play, to allow whatever we've done to integrate into our system. So take a moment to provide yourself with any additional supports that you may want in your guided rest. Maybe you have an eye cloth. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl. Maybe you have a bolster. anything that will help you maybe release maybe just 1% more. Finding your rest and letting go completely. You're done. You're done. Be done. Just allow everything to settle in. Feel into the full length of the spine on the mat. Feel into your body on the mat. Feel into the sense of gravity holding you in place. Allow yourself to let go and be held. Be supported. Feel the support of the mat and the floor underneath you. Let go and allow yourself to be supported. Just be. Release any shaping of the breath, any shaping of the body, any analysis. Just let go and allow yourself this moment. Give yourself this moment of rest, of integration. Let the effort now seep into your cells. Releasing. Just rest. And as you rest here in your space, I invite you once again to bring your attention to your heart space and to allow to arise in your heart space a sense of gratitude. See what arises when gratitude is called forth for you. And then take a moment to see if you can expand your awareness a little bit to encompass your entirety of yourself in your space. So imagine you're witnessing yourself resting on your mat in gratitude. And as you rest in gratitude on your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from my space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And When you do finally rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come in contact with. Have an amazing day.